Have you ever wondered why, even when happiness is within reach, you push it away? Why the moments you should savor most feel undeserved, fleeting, or almost unbearable? Maybe deep down, there's a silent belief stitched into your soul that you are not meant to hold on to joy, not for too long. Today, we dive into the hidden corners where this self-sabotage is born and where it can finally end. There are ghosts inside you, not the ones that haunt your nights, but the ones that whisper when you're awake. They are formed from every wound you survived, every disappointment you swallowed, every betrayal you never fully understood. Somewhere along the way, you learned that happiness was not safe, that when things felt too good, the fall would be unbearable. So better to preempt the fall by never climbing too high. You smile when something good happens, but a part of you clenches inside. You laugh, but you're already waiting for the moment when the laughter will turn into silence. You celebrate, but a small voice reminds you, don't get used to this. This unseen saboteur isn't evil, it's protective. It believes it's shielding you from future pain by sabotaging present joy. It's a tragic misunderstanding, a misguided loyalty to your past suffering. The worst part is, it works invisibly. You don't notice yourself picking fights when you're finally at peace. You don't see yourself rejecting opportunities when you feel close to success. You simply find yourself back where you started, again. Have you ever achieved something and immediately felt an emptiness instead of pride? That's not failure. That's the old wound bleeding through your new skin. Self-sabotage is not self-hatred. It is self-preservation learned in a world that once made thriving feel dangerous. But what if survival mode is no longer needed, and you're still living by its broken rules? Underneath the sabotage lies an ancient belief. I am not worthy of lasting happiness. It may not be conscious. It may not even be in words, but it's there, rooted like an old tree growing in the darkest part of your psyche. Maybe someone you trusted once made you feel small. Maybe success was mocked, joy was punished, or dreams were crushed before they could grow. The world taught you early, don't expect too much and you won't be hurt. So you internalized a script. If I stay just a little miserable, the universe won't notice me. If I stay small, I won't be a target. If I don't reach too high, I won't fall too hard. This silent contract with life seems safe, but it's a prison disguised as protection. Every time you move toward happiness, that old belief wakes up, panicking like a prisoner sensing the guards have left. It drags you back to the familiar. Even if that familiar place is loneliness, failure, or quiet despair. Unworthiness is a lie told so many times, it feels like a truth. But feeling unworthy does not make it real. You were never meant to live halfway. You were never meant to build your home out of fear. You were meant for something infinitely larger and infinitely scarier. Hope. But hope feels like a risk when you've been trained to expect collapse. And so, again and again, you sabotage what you secretly crave most. Pain has a strange way of becoming comfortable. When you've lived inside it long enough, it stops feeling like pain and starts feeling like home. Think about it. How often do you return to sadness, anxiety, or self-doubt? Not because you want them, but because they are familiar. Because they ask nothing new of you? Because they let you stay safely numb? Human beings will choose familiar suffering over unfamiliar happiness because the unknown is terrifying. True happiness demands courage. It asks you to risk believing in things you can't yet see. It asks you to be vulnerable, to trust, to open yourself to both joy and grief. When you start feeling too good, fear creeps in. "This won't last. I don't deserve this. Something bad is coming." And so, unconsciously, you pull away first. You break what was healing. You lose what was growing. You reject what was accepting you. Because if you end it first, you think the pain will hurt less. But does it? Or does it simply become another scar you explain away, telling yourself that happiness was never really meant for you? The truth is harsher and kinder. You are not cursed. You are afraid. Afraid of a life you don't yet know how to live, a life beyond suffering. Somewhere deep within you, there is a part that refuses to die. A silent rebel that has not agreed to your lifelong contract with misery. It shows up when you dream of better days, when you imagine what it would feel like to truly be free. You may have buried this rebel under layers of cynicism and fear. You may have told yourself it's foolish to hope, but still, it stirs. Every time you taste laughter, feel love, glimpse beauty, this rebel is not naive. It knows life is brutal. It knows you can lose everything, and still, it chooses to believe that happiness is worth the risk. To awaken this part of yourself, you must first notice it, cherish it. Even when it scares you, when you feel the urge to sabotage, pause, breathe. Listen to the small voice that says, "Maybe, this time, you can stay." You don't have to silence your fear. You don't have to banish your sadness. You only have to make enough space for the rebel to breathe. And little by little, this rebel can grow strong enough to lead. Strong enough to build a life where happiness is not an accident you destroy, but a reality you dare to accept. Healing is not a one-time event. It's a choice you make every day, sometimes every hour. You will still feel fear when joy enters your life. You will still want to sabotage it. That voice will whisper, "Push it away. It's safer." But you are not your fear. You are the one who can witness it, smile gently, and say, "Not today." Happiness is not a destination you arrive at once and for all. It is a fragile thing you choose to nurture, even while your hands tremble. It is choosing to stay open, even knowing the world can hurt you. It is believing you deserve peace, even when everything inside you screams otherwise. It is holding your wounds with compassion, not as proofs of your unworthiness, but as scars that testify. You are still here. You are still capable of joy. Every time you choose to stay when your mind begs you to run, you are rewriting the story. Every time you let yourself feel good without sabotaging it, you are creating a new future. The darkness will always be part of your story, but it no longer has to be the author. You, the rebel, the dreamer, the survivor, can pick up the pen, and for the first time, write a life where happiness is not feared, but finally, fiercely lived. Sometimes, the hardest battle we fight is the one against ourselves, and the deepest healing begins when we dare to believe that we are not broken, only buried. If this journey resonated with you, know this: there is nothing wrong with your light. You were just taught to fear it. It's time to unlearn the fear and let yourself shine. If this message touched something inside you, share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might help someone else too. And if you want more videos that speak to the hidden parts of your soul, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's so much more waiting for you. Thank you for walking this path with me today. Your journey matters,